Welcome to the WFL Update. As always, I am your host, Kyle Walsh, and here are the week's top games. The Philadelphia Iron is just one of the many surprising teams in the WFL this season. With running back Eric Reed out for 4 weeks with a pectoral injury, the offense falls on Ivan Inferno for the next month. Inferno proved that he still has what it takes to be a gunslinger, last week throwing for 394 yards in a road win over Delaware. Philadelphia goes up against division rival the Sterling Surge, and the Surge will try and become the first ever team to beat the Iron. The Chicago Ghosts and the Los Angeles Immortals have had very high hopes coming into 2012, but those hopes have turned into panic attacks. The Ghosts and Immortals both sit at 0-3 and play each other this week, both looking for win number 1. These two teams made a blockbuster trade 2 weeks ago. Chicago sending running back Dante Houle to Los Angeles, and LA sending defensive lineman Justin Dabowski to Chicago, among other pieces. We may just find out who got the better deal for the trade in this matchup. The Cleveland Stallions will try and get off the losing end this week, but it won't be easy as they take on the Los Angeles... Oh, God. I'm sorry. Take on the Las Vegas Diablos in Sin City. Cleveland and Las Vegas both made a trade 2 weeks ago, which will play a big part in this matchup. The teams traded running backs Floyd Anahatu and going to Cleveland, and Keith Russell going to the Diablos. Both teams have had success with their new running backs, and whoever can win that battle will probably win this game. In the WFL Game of the Week for Week 4, the two female owners set to do battle when Osaka travels long distance to take on the Baltimore Battle Wings. Osaka has won 3 straight since falling to Boston in the preseason. Baltimore has won 2 divisional games, with their only loss coming from the undefeated Iron and a 10-7 loss in Week 2. Both teams still have much to prove, however, with teams like Delaware and Boston and Las Vegas earning more respect in recent weeks. As part of the WFL media, here are our picks for Week 4. First up is Queen City at Cincinnati.
This is going to be a tough game. I think they're both evenly matched, and I think Cincinnati has more to prove here. I mean, this is their, second loss in a row for the team that was predicted to win the World Bowl. This is
this is a pretty big hit for them.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a big game for them. They have to come back.
Yeah, with both teams, they both look. Well, Cincinnati's really look like crap, really.
Yeah, that's true. They have.
Queen City's look pretty good. It's definitely going to be a big matchup.
I agree.
But,
I
didn't know we got phone calls on this show.
Well, who is that?
I don't know. Here, take it up. Let's see. Who is it?
Hello?
Yes. Who is this?
This is Jaimie Walsh from WAFL Update.
Okay, good. This is, the GM of the Cincinnati Sentinels.
Okay. Do you have something to say?
I would.
Perfect timing.
Why?
We were just talking about you. Go ahead.
What? Who?
The Cincinnati Sentinels.
Yes, my thought. I'm sorry. I just wanted to call and apologize to all the Cincinnati fans out there. They were, we took, we thought we knew what we were doing when we went up against our wife from the Osaka Shoguns, and they just handed it to us. We got our butts handed to us. Bad.
That you did.
Don't agree with me. Do not agree with me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. So we just thought that maybe our game plan was very bad, so we wanted to change it up a little bit. And when we took on, sorry about that, my bad. So when we played Baltimore, we figured we needed to get Marcus Forte. He's a good guy, stand-up gentleman, more into the game. But obviously that was a bad idea. And we figure we're just going, and we got beat by 2 female owners. That is not cool.
That's true.
And we just thought we need to come back and go back to what we know, which is throwing the ball.
All right, well, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to cut you off.
Who do you think you are?
All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Wait. All right. And moving on, I personally am going with Cincinnati to win this. I think that if they go back, things will go well. What about you?
Personally, the game I'm gonna go with Queen City. I think they're gonna win.
Really?
I do. I'm going against Cincinnati.
All right. Well, I'm going with Cincinnati. Next we have Cleveland at Las Vegas.
I'm going with Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
I'm going with Las Vegas. They're just a good team. I just don't see Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland's a good team too, and they're really surprising the hell out of me. But I just don't see them beating Las Vegas.
I agree. I really would like Cleveland to win, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just don't. Cleveland, they have a good team, but it's not good enough to beat Las Vegas.
Yep. Moving on, we have Osaka going to Baltimore. My thoughts, both are good teams. I think Osaka is not getting the recognition that they deserve. They have come to play. They beat the Immortals, which was ranked really high coming into this season. Obviously, they're 0-3
But don't
now.
forget, they lost to Boston in the preseason.
Yeah, who cares? That's preseason. Those games
Exactly.
don't count. Those games don't count. And I think Osaka has shown that they are one of the big dogs now. And like I said, they beat the Immortals, they beat Cincinnati, they beat Chicago. I mean, Baltimore's played and beat some good teams too, but I just don't see. I think Osaka's going to win again. I think they're going to go 4-0.
I think Osaka's going to win. However, I think it's going to be a really close game. I think these teams are very evenly matched. I think Timbers is a good quarterback. Just personally, I think Pyatt's the better quarterback, and I think that this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be an offensive game, but we'll see.
We shall. Next up is St. Louis at Louisville. I think Louisville will win.
I think Louisville is going to win. This is an easy one for me.
Okay. Moving along because we're cutting it close on time. Minnesota at Edmonton. I'm going to go with Edmonton.
I'm going to go with Edmonton as well. I'm just going with Edmonton.
Delaware at Boston. Delaware lost this past week. I think the number one power ranking curse is coming along. And if it's anything, then they'll probably lose this week too. So I'm actually going to go with Boston.
I'm going to go with Delaware. I know the curse is upon the next number ranked team and number one ranked team, and I should be interested to see what's going to happen this week. But whoever it may be, but I think Delaware is going to come back and win this.
Okay. Sterling at Philadelphia.
I think Philadelphia is going to win this.
I agree. I think Philadelphia as well.
Yes. And
last but not least, we have the Chicago going to Los Angeles.
This is going to be a good game.
It should be a good game. Both teams are defeated. And, yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but who's going to win?
Hey, whoever wins this game is going to get at least a win on their books.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Props to who wins. Good job. Good job.
That's right. I don't know who's going to win. I'm at a toss-up.
Why don't we be like Ace and forget a game?
We could do that. We could just forget a game. This game didn't happen. This game didn't happen.
No, let's go ahead. Let's go. I'm going to go with...
I'm going with LA.
With LA?
I'm going with LA.
I'm going to go with... LA.
Okay.
LA.
All right. So, LA's the victor at the WFL update.
All right. Well, that's our predictions for week 4.
And check out our other forms of WFL media with the WFL Pulse on Blog Talk Radio is every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Central with Cameron Irvine and Chet You Betcha, hosting a competitive banter like no one else can provide. Also, the Ace Report podcast is available for download every Monday with host Ace Whirls. Ace breaks down the week that was in the WFL and gives us credit where credit is due. And finally, Inside the WFL podcast is available for download every Tuesday with host Ronnie Nickens. Nickens will dig deep inside the next week's slate of games and look back at the games that were. And of course, as always, WFL YouTube has you covered with highlights, top 10 plays, and of course, once again and always the best show ever, the WFL Update, which is new every Wednesday. I am your host, Kyle Walsh, and from all of us here at the WFL Update Studios in lovely Orlando, Florida, enjoy this week's games.
Check back to the WAFL on YouTube for game-by-game highlights and analysis. Watch every game live on the WAFL network at www.justin.tv/WAFLfootball. And visit the website daily for new articles, podcasts, and more at www.waflfootball.com. Can't watch the games? Follow the scores, point by point, big play by big play on WAFL Twitter at www.twitter.com/WAFLfootball.